John, you know what?
Yeah,
No one saw that except us.
that's right.
Why didn't you click the button if
I
you
didn't
knew
know
that?
I didn't know what button to press.
Well,
What button should I have pressed?
the one that says go live.
Oh, we should have. But would they have seen our faces too?
No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
I think they would have just seen that sweet video that they saw maybe a half a second of, which I am horribly, horribly disappointed in myself for making us suffer through 2 minutes of that and then no one else getting to see it.
Yeah. Next
But did
time.
you like it? Did you like it?
Yeah. Like, how did you? What even is it?
You know what? I'm gonna just show it for like.
Yeah.
Can I just show it again for like
Yeah.
10 seconds so that people can know what the heck I'm talking about? Oh wait, can I show it again? How do I do that? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing at all. This is why we like practice things ahead of time.
Yeah.
Um
Some people do.
Banners. Brand, it's under brand. That's where it is. Okay, I'm gonna just show this while I pour a drink. Okay, that's like enough. Everybody, that's enough. One of my Okay, so that's what we're talking about is I made this stupid countdown timer and then I tried to use it today and I clicked the button to show the video, but I didn't actually like broadcast it. So John and I sat here unable to talk to each other because the music is in our ears really loud.
Right.
And like that sucked. I thought like we could also talk to each other while this was happening, because I wanted to say things about it, but
We're gonna work through all these little rough edges and just imagine how professional this is gonna feel in 2 months, maybe 6 months, when we finally get this all ironed out.
if we stick with it, because like who knows if we'll even do that.
That's true.
Okay, so you asked what was it? Is that what you asked? Or how did I do it?
Yeah, so I understand now that there's in StreamYard's interface, there's a brand section, and in that brand section, there are video clips. And so you added
Yes.
this as a video clip. And
Yes.
when you made it, you just decided that it would be a 2 minute countdown. And so you like quote unquote like hard code it. It's not like hooked up to anything.
It
It's
is
like when you
not hooked
press
up to
play,
anything.
it rolls for 2 minutes. And
No, that's absolutely true. And it took me some time because I'm not a very good video editor. And I'm sure that there are tools that I could have used that would like just would have done this for me. But I really wanted the heads to float around like a screensaver. And if people could have seen it, they would see that they both like get to the exact corner, like
oh,
right at the
nice.
last second,
So satisfying.
which is super important. Yeah, no, what did I do with it? I used DaVinci Resolve. Do you know what that is? Are you familiar with that? Computer program? That's what we're going to call it.
Okay.
Computer application? Does that sound more modern or less modern?
Same amount of modern.
But they both sound dad-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So DaVinci Resolve is like this video editor that's like a free. I don't think it's open source. It's a free video editor that's like people who are cheap like myself use to make videos. But it's like I don't know what I'm doing in that thing.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of time trying to figure out to make the counter go down. Like it's really easy to make the counter go up. You like put a title on the screen and then you say that the content of the title is like a time code, basically. And that's easy. But then to get it to count down, you have to reverse a clip. But I didn't have any like video clips in this video. It was just like static images and like the heads floating around. Those are just static images that are moving around the screen.
Got
So
it.
I spent like an hour trying to figure out how do I reverse something when I don't have anything to reverse until I finally was like, oh, I just make the video like
Yeah.
with nothing, without the heads. And then I reverse that.
I see.
And then I put the heads on and make them bounce around.
Got it. Multi-step
I'm
process.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, stupid, stupid stuff takes good time.
Yeah, it's not fast or easy.
It's not. It's never easy.
No.
John, tell me about your name here. VVOK Dad. Is this a Vim thing?
No, well, it just means like,
Oh, very, very.
yeah, kids don't say
Oh, okay.
very, they say V. So I'm a very, very okay dad.
I don't know what kids say.
I don't even, yeah,
What did you do to deserve the title of very, very okay?
nothing. It's just the first thing that popped into my head. How is your triathlon stuff going?
So my name today is Mr. Triathlete Man, and that's because I was actually called that by someone, not in a good way.
Tell me more. Oh, it was like derogatory.
Mr. Triathlete Man is
Got it.
basically what they said.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't show up until 10 minutes ago, John was nervous, is
A
because
bit.
on Wednesdays in the summer, my triathlon team does this series of swim/run races. And there's only four of them in the summer, but they're always on a Wednesday, and they always seem to be on the nights that you and I are hanging out. So I don't say no. I don't I don't try to give myself enough time and space to do one thing. I instead cram my schedule full and say, oh yeah, I can do all of those things today.
Yep.
So I did that right before here.
Got it.
Scrambled to get some Culvers in my belly, and then jumped in here. Anyways, what I was doing tonight was volunteering for the race, and I was a course marshal, which meant that I was standing on the course where there was kind of a tricky turn
Ah,
onto a very popular bike path where people would run on this. Well, like a multi-use, but there's also a lot of bikers on it. So I was standing there and like kind of being like, if bikers were coming, being like, hey, just be careful. There's a lot of traffic here. Be nice. And they were not. They were not nice. They were dicks. All of the cyclists, and I can say this because I am one also. All the cyclists
okay.
are assholes. Just every one of them.
So hold on. So like, don't bike people get like really mad at car people?
Oh
Like
yeah, for
cars
sure.
are always trying to kill you. And so is it like because of that dynamic, you might think that bikers would be nicer to runners, but no,
Oh
it's like the
no.
opposite.
No. Runners are in the way.
Got it.
Bike people turn into the car people when there are runners around. It seems.
Nice. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit rolls down.
yeah, it's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, one of them, when I said something about how there were a lot of runners up ahead, was like, "Thanks a lot, Mr. Triathlete Man. We know how it works," and then rode past.
Yeah. He didn't
So,
need your help. In
did not
fact,
need my help.
he didn't want your help.
Did not. No, he sucks.
Well, you know what doesn't suck? Working on two Rad Dad projects, including you're doing a good job.
I just made your face disappear
Oh, weird.
on my computer. Where did you
Hey,
go?
hey, can I share screen this time?
Oh, there you are. Yes, I would love that.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
I would love for you to do that.
Share screen. How does this work again?
I don't know.
wanna
I
do
can't see you.
my entire screen. And then I gotta move you quick, or it's infinite sadness. Okay. I prepared a bit. I'm not sure my font sizes are great, so I'm gonna first do that.
They never are, John. They never are.
I know.
That's what we love about you.
What's happening? There we go.
This looks great.
Okay. Think it's all right?
I think it looks great.
Okay.
Despite your dark color theme
Scheme.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
It still
cool.
looks great.
Didn't ask. All right. So just kidding. I loved your gift. We were chatting on Slack, and you kind of were saying that I was going to get a present and that I would love it. I asked if it was scotch, and then when I asked that, you felt maybe a little bad about your present.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love that little intro video. I thought it was awesome.
Great. Next time I'll actually get it right.
Yeah. Your audio is better.
Is it? Good. Do you want to know what I did?
What'd you do?
Well, My computer is still
Your
buzzing.
fan, I can still hear your fan.
You can still hear it. That sucks. I don't know what to do about that. Like, it's just a hot computer, I guess. I put the microphone basically in my mouth. Like, it's right there.
This is what they tell you to do.
That's what they tell you to do, and I ignored it. I think I used to not ignore it. I used to put it real close, but then I kind of lapsed into just basically having it way across from me, so it was just super echoey. But now I was able to turn the gain way down, and I think pick up less room noise.
Nice.
I'm a professional. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Let's orient ourselves.
Where are we?
What day is it?
I know it's a Wednesday.
Yeah,
That's when we hang out.
So I pulled from latest GitHub. I pushed the button in Chrome to reload the extension. So I think I've got it. And I don't see any praise because I don't have any entered into, like the actual like local storage bit.
Right. Because no one loves you.
Because I'm doing a great job is all I need to know. I don't need to know what people think. No. And so what we talked about, well, I mean, you've got them pretty much here, but we have a place where we can actually see if I can do it. Let's see. So like this is a headline. This is some copy. And then I think I do dash, dash, dash.
That's right.
And then can I make it like an H2? Whoa.
Yeah, if you want to.
What even is praise? Update. Okay, so I think it worked. And
there it is.
I know it did because there it is. Ooh, look. Okay, so I don't know that my H2 and my H1 look much different, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But I definitely see the emphasis with those underscores. So that looks nice. Cool. Okay,
great
oriented?
job.
Yes. We did it. All right. At the very end of last time's session, there were a couple things giving me a little anxiety. And it was kind of hard to know if I was seeing it clearly over the stream. It's a lot more... It's easier to see performance or like UI kind of stuff when it's on your own machine because you're not seeing any of the artifacts of latency or lag or whatever. Now that I've got it on my machine and I'm hitting Command T, what I'm seeing is a flash of white screen until the image pops in. So I don't actually think it's anything to do with the code, and it's all about the image.
I think you're right. I actually did a little bit of poking after we talked just to make sure that I actually knew how to look into this. And then I couldn't stop looking into it. And that's what I found out. But you know what? I do think it might still be interesting to use the performance profiling tools inside of Chrome to show how you would identify that. What do you think about that?
One more thing I want to do is try to prove to myself that one way this is tricky to see is because it's white on white. So can we just like change this to be pink and see if we see the pink and then the image come in?
Sure.
And the like the text.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so how do we even do anything in this project?
CSS.
Okay, so it's
somewhere,
in here, right?
Just put CSS somewhere.
So probably like a color. So this color FFF is probably it. So if I just do like pink.
Is that a legit color? It is.
Okay. So I'm trying to, I really just see the white flash. I don't really see pink rendering and then the image coming in. So I could be mistaken here in my theory. Okay, whatever.
Can you pull it back up one more time?
Yeah.
Can you focus on the bottom part? The whoa, what do you like the praise?
Right here?
Yeah, do a refresh and focus on that with your eyes. Oh, from my end, it actually looks like it comes in really fast. I don't really care about the color. So do you see how sometimes it comes in a little bit late? I feel like when we were looking at it on my machine, we were seeing quite a delay where the top one was filled in, but the bottom one is what took a little bit of time to pop in.
Okay.
I thought that's what you were originally talking about. but it sounds like it wasn't. So maybe it
Or
doesn't
maybe I'm
matter.
misremembering too. I mean, some of this stuff is a little tricky to see. What was making it seem important to me is that, in the normal course of using Chrome, you're going to be hitting Apple Tab quite a bit. And so for there to be any kind of delay or flicker or something is going to be pretty irritating for you. So I was just like thinking, like, how can we see if there are performance problems, or like what,
Yeah.
what can we do about it or whatever. Anyway,
Is the Apple key the command key?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Sometimes say that.
My Apple key
way.
is a Windows logo.
Then got it. Okay, back to that. All right. So anyway, I guess I still am like surprised that the image would be the problem. Okay, sorry. You wanted to talk about profiling tools.
Yeah, before we get there, did you want to just like remove the image entirely and see?
Yeah, what if we do that?
And then you'll definitely want to change the text color, I think.
Oh, for sure. It's super fast
Okay.
with like 0 delay.
Okay.
Huh. So does that mean that applying this background image style is like blocking somehow?
I think so. And I think it's just because it's such a fat image, honestly.
So I have LH, which is like a human readable LL. Okay, so it'd be LH images. Okay, so it's 2.6 meg. That's a big boy.
It's fat.
Huh.
But I also, as when we talk about actually pulling in an image from Unsplash, I don't know how big those are going to be. I don't know if they're going to be smaller or larger. I'm
we,
sure
like-
we can tell it to give us a certain what's the
Quality.
value? Quality, yes.
Yeah. So what if
So
we
maybe
just
that
like
will help us.
keep this in mind, but keep going through how we think we'll get these images? Because there's no use in fixing our performance only to change up our implementation and cause more problems.
I think that sounds
Okay.
good.
So I'm just going to check that out. Don't need it. And go back over here. Okay, so to remind ourselves, we have some performance stuff. We switched drivers to me. So we currently have, that's not going to work out well for me. Let me do it this way. There's an Unsplash collection that you like. Oh, cool. So these are like
Landscapes.
Scenic landscapes. Yeah. Okay, use this endpoint to get a random one. Okay, great. Create the fav account if we have time. Wrap it up. Okay, cool. So, so how do we want to get this image?
I mean, I feel like the simplest, dumbest way that I would think of is in our JavaScript code. If we're calling an API, we'll call the API to get the image and then set the background to that in the script that loads the page, new tab.js. So like where we set the current time, maybe we would also have one that's like set background image.
Okay, and then what would that function do? So let's prototype a bit here. So I'll just grab this one, set background image. Oops.
Sure.
Okay, and so like pseudocode wise, we need to like, what does this do? This give you, okay, so this gives you like a photo random parameters. But like, what's the response? It's like way more stuff than we need. With the count parameter. Oh, is this like if you want more than one?
I think so, yeah.
The number of photos to return. Got it. Okay. So we have a object. I thought we'd get like an array back, but okay. Oh, without the count
size.
Yeah. I'm all
Thank
over
you.
the place. Let me do that. Okay. Without the count parameter, you get an object. With the count parameter, you get an array.
Right.
So without the count parameter, you get 1, And probably what we care about is something, maybe
URLs. Oh, look. So it's similar to, I feel like Artsy did this somewhere, where it's like multiple different sizes.
Yep.
I
These like
wonder.
render. Oh, sure. Okay, so that's like,
That's interesting.
okay, look, Q75.
Quality,
Uh-huh.
we assume.
FM format, maybe JPEG. Now this is going to give us a width and a height and a max. I mean, a fit, excuse me. That's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's the small one.
That's going to be too small.
But good to know that we have these kinds of levers to play with. Yep. And what it ends up being is an API call to get a response that includes these like URLs. You could even use the raw one and then apply your parameters to it.
Totally.
To end up with what you actually want.
Yeah. I want to ask a question that you might tell me to shut up, and let's look at it later. But what we have here is what I gave you for in that agenda was this is an API call to get a random image. Do you think that there might exist just a URL that we can say like unsplash.com/collection or /whatever collection equals whatever collection ID, and then apply some of those other size quality parameters to? Do you think it's worth looking into that kind of thing? Because if that's the case, like that, I think makes it easier, because then we just stick that URL into the background image property.
Check it out, collections.
So this is.
So use that API endpoint, but pass in our collection identifier. And
Sure. I guess what I was thinking was maybe we don't even have to call the API. Maybe there's just like a like I know we did this at Artsy where it was like you give it the URL, or you go to a URL where you pass in all of those things. No, I forget what I just described. The URL that you found where it has all the levers, is there one like that where we can just say, instead of passing in an image ID, we're passing in a collection ID, and then we're getting one back from that? Is this worth investigating, or does it feel like it's probably?
I just don't know.
Likely.
I just don't know like much or really anything.
I don't either.
Unsplash API.
Yeah. The only reason I ask is because I think if such a thing did exist, it would make our job a lot easier, because we wouldn't have to call an API. We would literally just set the background image source to that URL.
But I actually think we'll see.
Okay.
The reason why the API call is interesting to me is because it will happen asynchronously and shouldn't block a rendering of the tab. So it's possible we could see the thing paint and even set a background color until the background image API call succeeds and whatever. I don't know. I'm like getting a little bit ahead of myself, but
okay.
I think if we just continue to set the background image although it depends on the size of the thing, whatever.
Let's roll with the API.
I don't know. The API may suck once we like actually try to hit it, because we have to, like, do we need a key? Do we have to like off?
I think we probably do. Yeah. I don't know if we need it off, but I imagine we need some sort of key so that they can rate limit us.
A developer account.
So we don't it says rate limit right there in the response. So I imagine they want to protect against abusers.
There is a JS library.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, access key.
Yep.
Which we kind of figured. Well, where am I? I'm going to be here. No. Here. Back up. I don't know, like, are you wanting to register on the Unsplash website as developer and make a thing and get an API key?
I can do that. Do you want me to do that while I'm not on screen?
Yeah, why don't you do that while you're not on screen,
Okay,
and I'll start maybe kind of tinkering with how this might look.
that sounds good.
Um, okay, blah, blah, blah. Most actions can be formed. Request this way. Pass your application. Okay, so we just do a header. Oh, nice. You can even do it as a param. Okay, so I guess we're gonna like. Oops. Okay, and we'll need to interp the key. Maybe. Okay, and we don't want that. We want random. Yeah. So let's get photos and collections. Public collection IDs to filter if multiple commas separated. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. Okay.
John, I have given you an access key and a secret in the private chat of StreamYard.
Okay. I don't want to expose your shit. Can I just use the access key?
Let's try it. I can change it afterwards.
Yes. So that's going to be our Unsplash client ID, I think. Okay. Oops. Back to Safari. Okay, so we did collections, topics, username, query, limit selection to photos matching. No, orientation. I think we care about. We may change our mind and want to, pick landscape. Okay, limit results by content safety. Default low. Values are low and high. Content safety. Is this like about NSFW? No content violating or submission guidelines containing nudity or violence. So I don't think you're going to see that in the beautiful landscapes collection.
I mean, I would be pretty excited if I did, but
let's just.
I have other ways to get that.
Yeah,
kind of
you're
stuff,
gonna.
So
you're gonna do
I have
that
like I have like a HBO, Max subscription. So
I get it. Okay, so I think that actually might be it. And so now I'm wondering, can I just like curl this?
Try it. Knurl.
No.
That's the nerd version of curl.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so now I have this all together. Nothing to see here. That goes there. Change to amp. Boop a doop. Okay, visual select end, quote star Y. Okay, what does that do? Ho!
Look at that, you got a thing.
Totally got a thing.
It's gorgeous. Oh, I knew you were gonna pipe it to JQ.
And I think I'll want, what was it? URLs. And then I want raw.
That looks right. JQ, what's JQ, John?
Oh, what is it? I don't know. It's like a thing you can use to parse JSON. So this is what we got.
JSON query
Okay, there you
thing.
go. So this has
Oh, that's
more
the
than what
image.
I expected.
I was like waiting for something to show up. I'm like, oh yeah, no.
So we got an images unsplash.com photo, and then like an identifier for the photo with maybe a hyphen there. And then this is where the question mark is. IXID, and then a whole bunch of garbage, and then IXlib RB. So can I just like trim this off? Sure can.
You sure
Okay.
can.
So back to
Was
our.
that in the raw result? Was all of that stuff?
Yeah, I was surprised because their example in the
Hmm.
docs did not have all that horse shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to JavaScript land. So we have a client ID, we have a collection ID, we have an API. So is it like fetch API endpoint? Then how does JavaScript work? And then it's like response,
I think that sounds right.
and then you're like,
You're nailing the syntax here. Oh god, that is just like the dumbest API.
like this.
I don't think you're wrong, but there might be some subtle issues. You want console log what's in data?
Yeah, I super do. Probably need a semi somewhere. I'm sure I'm lacking semis all over the place.
It's okay. I
Okay,
forgive you.
so I made a set background image function. I went ahead and just straight up hard coded your public client ID.
I'm gonna change it after the stream.
We've got our collection ID, and we interpret our API endpoints. I think I handled the response correctly, but I might have missed something. So we think we'll have a data that has a URLs. So it's like URLs equals data. Is that how cool people do it? Or can I just do this? Raw. And then console log raw. Because what I'm hoping is that this just works. Okay.
I'm with you.
Do I need to? What do I need to do here? Oh boy. Let's get out of here.
Ooh,
I'm in,
that seems bad.
I'm in Safari.
God.
I'm in Safari.
I mean, that's bad. You're in Safari. That's bad.
Oh gosh, I had the wrong thing focused. Okay. What is going on here? So I'm not getting like. Oh, I didn't call that function, dude. Come on. So I don't know, like.
That's my job as the co-pilot, isn't it?
It is. That's okay though. Maybe
To
I'll
call
put it at
that
the
out.
end.
That sounds perfect. Oh, then it's totally non-blocking, right? Or non-blocking in the sense that.
Hey.
Can you bump that up?
Yeah, I can. Okay, so I logged a function and then cannot destructure property raw of data.urls add is undefined.
So if you go back to the code, I think what that's telling us is that
Did something
response.json needs to be a function call,
oh my
not
gosh.
a right.
Totes.
Now we get an object and we got the URL. Yay!
Okay, let's split it on question mark. Trim off that horse shit.
Yeah,
and then we
like
can
raw
begin.
seems like it would just be the base, not have that nonsense.
Yeah. Okay, so that's raw, and then it's like const raw base, which is raw split.
Can we name it raw dog?
No. Raw B. All right, I hit that. Go like that. Ooh. Oh, I need to do. Can you do first?
No, but you can do square bracket 0.
Oh boy.
This isn't Ruby.
Garbage language. Okay, look at that. Now that is a URL that I can get behind.
Sure is.
Okay, back to Safari where I was keeping the docs. And so So we observed some params you can pass
Yes.
here, but I'd like to know more.
Okay.
I want to know all my options. And so I'm thinking there's like another page in the docs that must specify like the params you can use or something.
Yeah.
You let me know if you
Users
see
photo. So does it? Would it maybe be under get a photo?
get a photo.
Probably not, but maybe. No.
There's actually the one just above us. But the thing is, it's like it's more about
It's not part of the API. It's just
yeah.
query string params on the
Oh,
image
dynamically
itself.
resizable images, supported
Ooh, that
params.
sounds
Oh.
nice.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, interesting. Automatically choosing the optimal image based on your browser. Sounds
The
fun.
other parameters offered by ImageX can be used, but we don't officially support them and may remove support for them at any time in the future. Interesting. Okay.
I would like to crop. I definitely think we want to crop to so that we're not dealing with what's this portrait mode, because it's gonna be. I guess it doesn't matter because we're probably in the CSS applying like a crop equals fit or whatever it would be.
Yeah, I think we can probably get away without that one.
The only thing I'd say about it is I think it would probably reduce the size of the image if
It's
we
true.
did pass the crop. And if we're concerned about the size of the.
Wait, crop or fit?
I'm sorry, fit is what I meant. Yes. Yes.
I think we might want to fit. Possibly.
Yeah. What are the options for fit?
Yeah, good call.
Maybe I have it backwards. Is it fit crop? Fit clip. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, this kind of stuff, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like
There is a fit crop. Yeah.
yeah, original crop. Yeah, exactly. Huh. Okay, so we can do things to tinker with these, but we might want to not do them in the JavaScript code because what we ultimately want to see is like how they affect the file size. So I wonder if we should go back to curl
Oh, sure.
and like
Experiment with the URLs there.
Exactly.
That sounds good.
Okay, so I've got this doohickey here to here. Okay, so what if I did HTTP this URL? I think it's like -o. I don't know, like background dot image. That's not right, but
I don't know what you're doing right now.
I'm trying to download the thing and make it a file in my
Outputs
system.
to a specific file. Got it.
Yeah, and then I can be like and LH and see
Sure.
the file size quick.
Yep.
And actually, I bet I could do this. Oops. Let's see. Okay, so let's try fucking with Q. Q's quality, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna. Oh no, let's get a baseline. So let's just do it with nothing. And I see 1.3.
1.3. It's half the size of the one that we were looking at before.
And it's consistent. Okay, great. So now let's see what we get if we do a Q of what's your favorite number?
The examples I'll give are 75.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's just a value between 0 and 100.
The default is 75. Got it. Yeah. So that would do nothing if we passed in Q75. Yeah. 75 feels right. I feel like 80% is the magic number that I have used in the past.
So you don't want to change the quality?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
We can try to see how small it can get if you're just curious. You want to knock it to like 50 and see what it does?
Sure, just for experimentation's sake. Okay, so that changed it to 660K.
Which is
approximately
exactly half of what we just saw.
No, okay, just for the sake of argument, it says the default is 75, but I would have thought...
You want to see it?
Someone's lying to
Interesting.
us.
Try 80. Keep bumping it up until you see 1.3. 80.75.
Is it integer or float? Okay, so
Ooh,
I mean, I
weird.
think that
It
if
could
I
be
go
different
to
images.
no, this is the same image.
Oh, it is the same image. Oh, got it. I thought we were randomizing still.
Okay, well, I don't
That's a
know
honker.
what quality is the default, but I don't believe it that it's 75.
Agreed.
So I think that we should probably pass in 75.
We should probably file a PR to their docs.
See, you're such a DevRel now that you think about things like that. They would have never occurred to me to improve their documentation. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess file size is one thing. You probably also want to know its dimensions.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So if I just like open period and then I go to background.image, what does I was hoping I know why. This needs to be like
The JPEG or
proper
something.
file format.
Yeah.
Does the thing tell us what to do about file format?
Do we trust it? Given it says the default quality is 75. Oh, did the default of 75 come from this website, the Imagix? Or did
Oh,
it
yes,
come
it
from
did.
Unsplash?
Yeah, you're right.
So Unsplash is probably like your images aren't high quality enough by
Yeah.
default, so we're passing in 85 by default or something.
So I don't understand this. Why is it saying output format of the video file? Am I crazy?
Maybe, yeah, I mean, maybe they link to the. If you go back to the other docs, if you do like crop, does it take you
Like
to.
like here we do FM JPEG.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed is that that said it was the video API. I wonder if they just found the wrong documentation to link to from the Unsplash docs. And
Mm.
so maybe if one of the other properties like
Rendering?
crop or fit or one of those other properties that are available, maybe they link to the correct API.
Here we go. These are
Yeah.
probably options.
Yep.
You want to do WebP?
I mean, can we?
You
Can
should.
if we can do that, let's do that. You want to add the argument?
I sure do. Oops, this needs to change. The reason I wanted to do this is I'm hoping for Finder's help in telling me the size of it, so I don't have to think of it. Okay, and FM equals WebP. And we got 75 quality. Whoa.
Not happy.
What happened here?
Binary data not shown in terminal. Command not found -O.
Oh, I think it's because of how I formatted my query or my URL. This is the first time I did an ampersand in my URL, and ampersand and bash is
Oh,
like
escaped.
something else. Yeah. Okay, so if I put quotes around it and I give it 75 quality in WebP, we're down to 942K.
Can you just drop a WebP image into an image source attribute?
Oh, like is this going to
Like,
work in our
will
CSS
browsers
property?
display that properly?
We'll find out soon. But I'm pretty sure this is a modern file format that's interchangeable with JPEG and GIF and all the ones we're used
Sure.
to. Right. Okay. And then I wanted to go to Finder and see if it would help me understand more about this thing. Okay. It's pretty
It's
huge.
pretty freaking big. It doesn't need to be that big.
But like, how big should it be? And like,
Well, let me tell you what dimensions I have in my.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's what you should
Just
do.
kidding.
Is tell me what kind of dimensions your machine, your laptop is.
How do I tell that? How do I tell that on my
Oh
monitor?
boy. About this Mac.
Displays. I think if I go to
More info.
displays,
Oh, this is different
it'll
than
tell me
I'm
the
used to.
resolution of it,
There we
right?
go. Yep. Absolutely. Like I'm
How did you
rocking.
get there?
So I went to About This Mac.
Because the where I went did not give me that.
So Steve, go Apple, About This Mac,
You mean Windows?
and then More Info. And that's just a old-fashioned way of getting into the general, like the right part of the general settings. And then what you care about is some bits down here.
No. I'm in a different place, friend. Is it because I'm running Monterey and I haven't updated from Monterey?
Could be. What happens when you hit
Oh,
about?
there. I clicked on a displays and now I see that it's 3840 by 2160.
So can I just say 4,000?
That's fine. I still think that's fine. Try it. Let's try it. It's only slightly smaller than what you were getting.
It's true. Okay, and W equals 4,000.
Sure. Down to 941.
701.
It's
Oh,
nice.
oops. I was hoping that would still be open. I must have closed it. Okay. This one. Okay, 4,000 by 3,003.
Seems right. Now, I think we could even get smaller if we were to also specify either the fit or the height. To well, I don't. I guess I'm just thinking like we should have it always be perfect. Wow, I can't figure out how to do my fingers. Like not reversed in this image. To be like landscape, like the right whatever. I don't care. Just
Well,
leave
this
it.
is, I mean, this is approximately 4 by 3. Isn't that what you want?
Yes, but like if you were to get a landscape image, it wouldn't be, or a portrait image, it
But
wouldn't
we
be.
don't think that we'll do that because our collection
No,
ID is
we will.
landscapes.
One of the very first ones that you showed was landscape. It was a portrait. It was those trees. Do you remember?
Yeah, but that's from the API example. That was not from the collection.
Oh, it was not.
Yeah, like if I go to Carlo Cardella's page here, I think well, I say that, but here we go with
Click on it though. It might just be cropped.
oh,
No,
no.
it is actually.
Okay, good call. So we have a couple options here. One thing we can do is specify our orientation and just not even
Yeah, I
accept
like it.
anything besides landscape.
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay. Oops, but that wouldn't go here. That would go in here. Const total orientation equals landscape.
Squarish.
That's a pretty good name. I like that. Amp orientation equals butt curly's orientation. Okay.
What did you call those?
I said buck and then curly.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
Okay.
I heard butt curlies.
Butt curlies?
Well, yeah, like it's about
Totally
butt
different.
hairs.
You're getting distracted here. Okay, so what we want is this little bit right
I'm
here.
calling it butt curlies from now on.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so
Yes.
raw base is that, and then it's like fixed base is that with that, and we put our butt curlies and our raw base back in. And now we have a fixed base. And we don't need this. And from the top, we have a client ID, we have a collection ID, we only want landscapes. We munge all that together in an API endpoint. We pass that to fetch. We detangle it out. We have a raw base by splitting on question mark. Take the first element out of that split. We then append to it a quality of 75, a format of WebP, and a width of 4,000. And then we're just going to console log that out.
I think that sounds great.
Okay, so let's run it again. And Open that in a new tab.
Looks nice.
Did you notice how like long it took to render that image? and
No,
stuff?
not really.
Okay, what if I did
I think there's some
a
delay
new
on the
tab
server side.
and I do open this and I go to network, and then I paste it in, hit enter. Whoa, what just happened?
You just got the
Oh,
query
it's
string.
because yeah, I don't know how that happened exactly, but that's okay. Okay, this is like impossible to read. What's going on? Oh, here it is. Okay, so what can I find out about this? Time
So
2
now it's
milliseconds?
cached.
No
Yeah,
way.
because it's cached. There's a checkbox to say disable cache at the top. There you go. Does that change it?
97.
97 milliseconds.
All right, let me go back.
But you know what? It might also be, they might do some server caching,
Yeah.
knowing
Okay,
that
so
now
now
you've
I'm
requested that.
Yep. So now I'm going to copy it out of Chrome here. I'm going to go to network, and then I'll paste that sucker in, hit enter. And this is more what I was seeing.
2.5 seconds, yeah.
It's a little long to wait for your new
sure.
tab, right?
Yeah, definitely. It does kind of make me think about something else I was considering, which was, do we really want a different image every time? Does it make more sense to kind of like cache, not necessarily even cache the image, but like hold on to the same image for a while, so that, you know, A, it's not changing constantly, and B, we don't have to deal with any of these penalties.
We could get a commit in that ignores all
This
that.
is a good spot for sure.
And then, yeah, I mean, we're almost at time anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I can. So, John, I know that you're antsy to move on to another project. I can totally play around with this on the side, and I think it would be a good like show and tell on a stream another time, where I can just come up with something, show what I did, demo it, and then we can move on with our lives.
One thing that we haven't resolved is how we go from a URL here to a CSS property
background
that's
image.
populated with that URL.
Yep.
I assume it'll be something where you like Google around in the MDN docs until you hit the right thing, and
as long as it's not the Ask AI section of the MDN docs. Did you hear or read about that situation?
How can I set the CSS back?
Is that a ChatGPT Raycast plugin?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Element.style.background image, and then you just plug it right in. Shit, what if we just did this quick?
Let's just try it, yeah. Do you want to commit first?
Nah.
Or are you gonna YOLO it?
YOLO. Change in that. Okay, then I gotta do that. Fixed base. And then I gotta change surround to that. Okay, I think that's right. Does that look right to you?
It does. I think it's probably not called your element ID.
Right. I'm sorry. I meant the line 16.
Oh, the string interpolation.
Yes. Okay, now we need to look at that CSS quick, which was here.
I think is there a missing
no,
parentheses? I think there's a missing parentheses in that string interpolation before the single
totally
quote.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, what if that just works?
That would be beautiful.
And then I'll comment that out.
Boom. And then there it is. It just takes 2.5 seconds to get there.
Okay. I mean, this is probably not what you had ultimately in mind for this, but it's super close.
It is, yeah. And if you were to request the same image a second time, if you were to open another tab and it was requesting the exact same image, it would be like super fast. So I think I think what I could do with it is just I think my plan is that I would just basically set some local storage that has an expiration date on it, And if I've not expired, just keep using that same image
Hmm.
URL, and after the expiration, get a new one. That'll help with rate limiting too.
Yeah, they don't
You
want
know?
you going crazy on their API with this.
Yeah. I bet you're
But
down to
these
like
these like
982
lo- these like look
requests left.
nice.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, this is cool.
It's
I mean,
great.
I don't need the praise, but I like the background images.
What's beautiful about it, John, is it's Markdown, and you can make it say whatever you
True.
want. Like if you want to
True.
put metal lyrics in there, you can do
It's true.
that.
Hey,
Or
sky's the limit.
yes, exactly.
I thought there were only a few images. There's actually quite a few of these.
It's a lot, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm not gonna. Well, should I commit on air? Who knows? Okay. Are we just committing on main?
We are doing it on main for sure. I'm gonna clean up that. I'm also going to clean up that client ID. I'm gonna make it a .env setting, so that it's not constantly there and it won't be shared.
Let's see where.
I can't believe I'm only third on that list.
Okay. Gap. Yes, we want that. Yes, we want that. We could do better than that, can't we?
You want to set a background color?
I do.
I mean, it'd be really sweet if there was an API call that would get you just like the main color of the image without taking the time to resize the image. It'd be beautiful.
I'm gonna just eyeball this and do CCC, and you can improve it from there.
Not pink.
Not pink. Okay, and then I want a RM background star, and I want to get RM images background.jpg because we don't need any
Oh
more.
yeah, all those little play things.
Yeah, I can commit this. Just like dynamically set the background. How about that? And it's like pair amend. Show. Oh shit!
What's that?
It's all on one line.
It's all on one line.
This needs
Oh,
to
got
be
it.
like this.
Yeah, yeah. Well, how did that happen?
Oh, it means I have a bug in pair.
Oh no.
All right, I just GP'd.
What's the bug?
I mean, clearly I'm not dealing with line endings correctly.
This has never been a problem before.
It's a new version of pair.
I think you made me install that too.
After I upgraded Oakland. It's possible something works differently. Okay,
Do you
cool.
want me to file a bug?
That's right. I think we did it.
We did it. It's great. We have reached the streaming end of this project, which is exciting for everyone.
Change your
It took us a long
access
time
key.
to get there. Change my access key immediately. Delete that app.
I'm surprised Pavlos hasn't already abused this thing.
I mean, maybe he's just feeling really gracious today. Maybe he's like half asleep.
It's true. It's so late there. Okay. Thank you so much for being a rad dad and working
Yeah,
on this.
you're rad also.
Thanks.
Cool. Maybe we'll see you in a couple weeks. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
All right. I love you.
I love your face.